Welcome to the new MARIK Workshop from WBPL 76. This program is brought to you by Lady Red Productions, the Bear Digs Corporation, and a generous grant from the Night Owl Foundation. Why are you here? Cat, will you stop chewing on me?
New MARIK Workshop brought to you tonight by Quicksell Express and their brand new thermal mass modules. They come in a variety of sizes to fit any mech you can field, from a flea to a king crab. Anybody who tells you that we just welded 5 heat sinks together is a damn liar. Always safe, no regrets. Quicksell Express, the most trusted name in brands.
It has been said in a variety of historical contexts that time continues to move ever forward in a line, a circle, or perhaps in certain occasions a spiral, although the Aztec calendar features an inward spiral that I don't quite understand, unless they were implying that the nature of time was fractal or implied an additional dimension as posited by Dinotopia. An excellent publication featuring a wide variety of artistic renditions of creatures that were in a world that cannot be. As such, I implore each and every one of you to take your most powerful artistic thoughts and channel them not into dinosaurs or time travel, but here and now into the painting, the learning, and the full experience that is the new MARIK Workshop. Hello and welcome. This ends the professional voice.
That was a professional voice, everybody. Good evening, chat. This is Parallax, the Black Pants Legion, here with a... guys, I think we're genuinely on to almost 4 consecutive years of this stream. That's either this month or next month. And we're joined tonight by Lady Red.
Hi, I'm also here, and it's your fault, chat.
Hell yeah.
Joined, as usual, by Squick.
This is me, in my voice. Para chat says you're quiet.
Well, then I'll get closer to the soundophone. And
then
they
say never mind.
Oh.
They had their volume. Never mind.
Okay.
Continue.
And special guest tonight, we are joined by, frankly, I'm a little taken aback by the fact that we even have him here tonight. The strict technomancer, who is Vincey V. Vince Venturella, everyone.
Thank you very much. It's very good to be here. I'm happy to join y'all. Absolutely. It's a wonderful evening.
Yes. Now, Vince has no idea what's going on here. I have sent him the list. I mean, they're not supposed to know that.
Yeah, okay, fair.
But we're going to go ahead and look at jumping into things. Actually, no, I do have a couple of things to show off. I did not get many submissions this week. I think I probably
have a web browser.
Oh, I do. Look at that. There's the Twitch stream. It's a Twitch stream in a Twitch stream.
Yeah, and there's a desktop.
Recursion.
Yep. Okay, so there's the logo, and we're just going to pretend I didn't do that. But yeah, look, logo, everybody. And Red also responsible for this logo. Vince.
Beautiful. I love it.
Okay, so I got one submission from chat this week. I think everyone was mostly wanting to hear from Vince and see how that goes. But the Right Reverend Jimmy did send us a Clint this week, and I want to take a minute to look at it. And Jimmy, I do want to give you some credit here. You hit all the high points that you needed to. You've got a good camo pattern on this. You've got basing on the base. You've got the facing marked. You hit all the high points. Strong approval.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only thing I would mark him down for is in choosing a Clint, which is like, I mean, come on. Really?
Hey, it's not an assassin?
Look,
I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of mechs at that tonnage I'd probably rather be piloting, but I guess it's if it's a Clint or nothing, then, well, bring on the Clint, I suppose.
I don't know.
You've got to put something on the table to shoot at, surely.
It's in that cursed 40-ton range where it's like the Clint, the assassin, the blackjack, and the Vulcan.
You're also allowed to just
save money. It is a sort of
money.
cursed weight. You're not wrong.
when you're in a situation where the best thing on that list was the blackjack, something's wrong. Oh, yes, Hedgehog's pointing out the cicadas in there, reinforcing exactly how cursed the 40-ton weight class is. Yes.
Look, the cicada's fun, though.
I didn't say it's not fun. I said it's bad, which...
It's like if you took a semi-truck and a go-kart and you combined them
okay, yes.
and told them to go off-roading.
Yes, but this is
That's the
very much along the same lines as the Assassin is a mech that I think looks amazing and is garbage.
So you're saying that a company within BattleTech decided we can do marketing better than engineering, sell it.
No, that's quick.
Truly, I am shocked. No company would ever do that.
Okay. Quickly moving on to other things so that we can get into stuff. What was the other thing that I had? There's the show logo. There's the Clint. Okay. So these are the 3 things I painted this week. 2 of them are I finally released the models. Okay. I managed to pick up the 21st Centauri Lancer pack. It was the last thing Barnes & Noble had as far as BattleTech goes, and this is the Stalker out of it.
That Stalker has some banging shoes.
Always does. Always does. Never quite loved the fact that he's like wearing mech-sized Converse, but...
But wouldn't it be better if they were Air Jordans and it could pump them up? Oh, hang on, it doesn't have any handies.
Hera, I don't think those are Converse. Those are slippers.
Listen, they sell a lot of different varieties of Converse these days.
I'm sure there's Converse slippers. That probably
100%.
Exactly.
There's got to be.
But just playing around with, I feel like I've got the white on lock pretty okay. I mean, this time I think I airbrushed it, so slight cheating, slight use of enhanced tools. But the purple I'm pretty happy with. But the thing that I'm showing this off to chat for in particular is, hey, Squick, my white toner cartridge came, and I'm making decals now.
Hell yeah!
So on this one, the Sergeant chevrons and the eagle on the right shoulder are both mine.
So I feel for chat a little bit more information is required because otherwise this whole statement is enthusiasm in a vacuum. People of chat, are you aware that the standard laser printer operates with 3 colors and black? And using these, it can produce just about any color on a white piece of paper. But when you turn that to clear, white is not so easily produced. Unless, of course, you turn to the dark side of technology, where the black toner can be replaced with white, and then things get interesting, for you can produce a nigh infinite number of colors using nothing more than the ability to ignore the manufacturer's instructions.
Beyond that, it also adds opacity behind colors so they don't immediately get drowned out when you put them on something that is painted.
Yeah, plus, like, what, $200?
$250 on sale.
Cool.
Yeah.
On the plus side, very small print jobs.
It's true. The other thing I had... Oh, excellent. I'm glad that we've decided to make it this small. Thanks there,
think this
Google
is your
Photos.
Preview image?
I think it is. I think Google Photos...
Can you go back? It looked very briefly correct.
Nope, that's it.
It's hard to look bad at that scale. Everything I've painted, when I look at it at that scale, it looks amazing. Yeah.
Everybody always says the camera hates you. Well, this time, I guess.
If you want to know if it scans well from 5 feet,
you know,
there you go.
It's not entirely off base. Let me get to the larger version of that. I hope. Yes,
but Para, they are minis. How could they be large?
Okay, so that's moderately bigger. What the hell is going on here with the thing? Let's try that again. This time I'll actually hit the download link. Hey, look, there it is at the right size. Okay, so I rebuilt my avatar last week or the week before, and it prints, so that's good, and it paints okay. So
I really like the honeycomb.
Well, as it turns out,
Very
the honeycomb there is a product of Goblin Hobbies stamping plates. That's right. Now you too can put patterns on things without having to have decals for them.
Para, you're shilling for the wrong guest.
I mean, we'll get there.
Look, I will shill for Brent all day long. I use his goblins in my videos all the time because I love that stuff. They make great stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with shilling for Goblin hobbies. So check them out.
Hell yeah.
We've hosted Brent on here twice, and I'm gonna have to get him back on here now that he's got the second round out, and he's got the War Machine tie-in coming. So that's exciting.
Oh, don't tell me that. My wallet's in danger.
It is. Are you playing War Machine now?
No, I just like cool stuff.
Oh, that's fair. And my wife will inevitably use them for actual nail prints. So, anyway, guys, we're joined tonight by award-winning artist. I get to say that, Vince. I get to say multiple award-winning artist. Venturella.
Sure. Thank you.
I mean, you won consecutive Golden Demons. Like,
Sure.
own
Yeah.
it.
That's one for each hand.
It's true.
It's true.
Oh.
The Golden Demon Award, of course, being one of the very few, very prestigious awards in the mini painting space. So congratulations. And from what
Thank
I've
you.
seen, well earned.
Oh, well, I appreciate that very much. That's always what I say to people too. Well earned. I like that. I never like to say well deserved. Nobody deserves anything. So you earn stuff. That's right. I like how you said that.
Oh, and then I closed my Google Doc that had all my questions on it, so I'm off to a tremendous
I mean,
start.
I have the backups.
Ah,
We can start with the question from chat.
we can start.
We
Okay,
should-
yeah, go ahead and start with the
Okay.
question from
That is a
chat.
great place to
Before
start.
we do that, guys, Vince, I want to give you a little bit of warning here. I told you beforehand, this show is mostly a circus, and apologies in advance.
But it is
I see no
popular
issues here
stuff.
whatsoever. Don't you worry about it for a minute. I've been streaming every week without fail for more than 11 years now.
Wow.
And I'm still no good at it. So I have no excuses. You guys are doing far better than I usually do. So, hey, it's great.
Well, I mean, for what it's worth, I have a cat laying on my headphone cord, so he's helping.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, hello, Hobble.
So, question from the chat, archived previously, re-asked recently, and independently added to the list by myself, unaware that chat had already used the brain cell. We all subscribe to the Orange Cat Network. Like, we're not premium members, but we're enjoying that free tier. We would all collectively very much like to know, in your experience, which paint has the best flavor?
Which paint has the best flavor? Obviously not a GW wash. I think everybody knows that's the worst thing in the universe. Because that just, I mean, I don't know what they put in there, but my good golly God, is it awful. As to actual flavor, the flavor saver, probably some of the like heavy body acrylics that contain the dangerous pigments you're not supposed to eat.
The cadmium yellows. Mwah.
Yeah,
Just
whatever the
perfect.
most poisonous thing is, do not eat your paint. This is an
Chat,
official
please
thing.
do
I'm not.
the cadmium. Do not.
Yes. Do not eat your paint. No, like all jokes aside, I don't end up eating a lot of paint, to be completely honest. I do lick my brush, but I do it after I rinse it, usually.
Yes.
Okay, understandable.
It's pretty rare that I actually am like, sometimes in a hurry, I will often take the paint to thin it and I will press it against my tongue for a second, but I don't so I guess
I'm
that's
sorry,
kind of
I'm
licking the paint.
Forced to
There you
interrupt.
go.
I've seen something in chat that
Oh no.
I apologize, but you're in for an experience. Chat,
Alrighty.
under no circumstances are you to boof the cadmium. God damn it. We have Fancy Person on. We're supposed to be like pretending we're better than
Wow.
this.
Yes, Hubble, I am aware you exist. You're a good boy. Please stop. The cat is very needy today. Anyway, so we do have a number of questions that we do want to hit on tonight, but I don't feel necessarily like we have to hit all of them. But
We can hit everything if you want. We'll get there. We can go through them fast, slow. We got this.
I mean, at the same time, for the sake of Chad, I do want them to know that I do have a couple of things here that I'm working on tonight because, well, I have them and I usually try to paint. So
Hey,
We
be
usually
fair,
try
you
to stop
usually
you.
do paint and quite well. It's just that a bunch of other people send in cool things and we're gushing over them for the first hour.
that's true. So for 2 hours, what I actually have tonight is, as I mentioned earlier, I had the 21st Centauri Lancer pack. Yes, Hubble, thank you. the Stalker out of that, and I believe this is the Jade Phoenix out of that pack I wanted to do. And instead of doing something imaginative with it, I'm just going to do it in Jade Falcon Green, and we're just going to live with that. But I have learned in doing research for this episode of this ridiculous circus, Vince, you are not so much a fan of especially classic BattleTech, but certainly a fan of the lore.
Yeah, that's correct. So this is sort of my secret obsession. I love BattleTech lore. I like BattleTech, although I don't like to play it in the way that the game asks you to play it.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean is, like, traditionally the game of BattleTech would be played with like a lance on lance or a lance on a star or whatever, something like that, right? Or star on star. And that's like just too many mechs for me. I spent years playing BattleTech, and I came up through the rough and tumble gladiatorial arenas of Solaris 7. Yes. And we always did our battles one-on-one or one-on-one-on-one or one-on-one-on-one-on-one. Yeah, whatever. So I guess there were 4 mechs on the table, but 4 players. I always just liked having an individual mech that I was like piloting and in charge of being one-to-one with. I also, being a role player, played like an absolute metric ton of Mech Warrior. That was actually how I got introduced to the BattleTech universe. My friend said, "Hey, I've got this RPG I want you to play." This was back in like the early 90s. And we played Mech Warrior, and I fell in love with it.
You were of a young age in the early 90s introduced to BattleTech by some method other than the cartoon? That doesn't happen.
That is correct.
Wow.
I never saw the cartoon until much later in life. Yeah. I had to go back and seek it out. Yeah. It's not great. It's a shame too, because it's a wonderful universe. Like, it does truly amaze me, all the things that have been sort of adapted and storied and made and bought and optioned for television, be it animated or live action or anything. And like, you really could do a fantastic animated Mech Warrior story or BattleTech story, whatever you want to say, this universe. Set in like any of, I don't know, 4 different time periods, and it'd probably be freaking awesome. So at any rate, yeah, I love it. We always played one-on-one, but I love the lore. I think it's like the most compelling universe. I love the idea that we went out into space and like sort of mastered space travel. I love the very, like, I'm doing finger air quotes, the hard science of how you travel, drop ships and jump ships, and the way that they use the sail to collect solar energy and all of that. Like, it's just a fascinating sort of concept of that kind of thing. And we went out there, and the only aliens, the only monsters were us.
Oh,
that's it.
But you're not. You've forgotten about the bird people from the Mist Jump that we don't talk about.
Sure. Well, when I wrote Space Station Zero,
hey, we were going to get to that. Yes.
Yes, I desire knowledge immediately.
Some part of me, like some part of the original, I was originally going to write it as a role-playing game instead of as a war game some years back. And some part of the inspiration for that was reading the lore of BattleTech, where, you can jump and just like, I don't know. They just never showed up. They're just
somewhere
gone now.
Else.
Yeah. And I was like, well, where do they go? Right. And they went somewhere. And I thought about that's kind of what, and I was like, well, maybe there's like a big space station. And that just sort of kind of brought that whole thought into my head. So at any rate, BattleTech was probably the original source of inspiration for that kernel of the idea that led to that game. So there you go.
Nice.
Excellent. Now, I do have to ask at this point, Vince, are you familiar with the Legion already?
No, but I'm happy to be here.
Okay. No. So, on the note of BattleTech lore and such things, I'm going to turn you on to something here then, because the group's founder, and he prefers to be thought of as first among equals, not leader of the group.
Sure.
Tex has put together, I don't even know how many videos we have now, but he tends to do documentary length episodes of history of, usually it's framed as specific mechs, but really it's the history and the circumstances around the development of the mech, and also
I love it.
Yeah. So when he did his episodes on the American Civil War, that's about
good
3
Lord.
hours.
It seems perfect for me. That's the level of detail I'm looking for.
Okay, then
That's
I
great.
shall
you're
fetch you
going
a
to
link
enjoy
for
this.
later.
You're going to enjoy this. Oh, I thought for certain when I heard you say that that was your thing on the Snarlcast that
Yeah.
you had to already be aware of us, but
You are one
I'm
of
sorry, I've
today's
been missing
lucky
out.
10,000.
I've clearly been missing out. I will rectify this immediately.
No, there's Parrot, we have a request from one of the chat humans who
Yes.
are real humans who chat to turn up the mic level.
Okay.
And Cookie Mama is pointing out that what you want to search for is Tex Talks BattleTech.
That's the
And
one.
Yes,
you'll
I-
find all
I
of the
shall
wonderful
fetch-
videos.
I'm fetching a link. I am useful.
Excellent. Carry on, Squig. Good job.
And on that note, I do know that Lady Red here in chat is currently working on some stuff regarding not necessarily the next video, because I don't think that's going to be the subject of the next video, but some related things.
Yeah, the next big video, as was teased at the end of the last one, will be the Highlander, and that is going to be a while before that's out. There's a lot to do on it, but there are other things, TM, in the works, and I am getting to work on some of that, and I'm pretty excited for you guys to see it when it's ready. So yeah, I do get to work on that stuff, and it's very, very cool.
We call that a teaser chat. Okay.
Yes.
And also, I'm led to understand that despite liking Vince an awful lot on every level that I've been exposed to him on, he is unfortunately a Drac fan.
Look, not every mech needs to have armor.
Sure. I do have a ranking for the houses, and yes, you are not wrong. I am, but they are not my actual favorite.
Oh.
So I don't know, for whatever that's worth. Okay.
Well, I
now
am
we're
curious
curious.
about the ranking now.
Well, sure, of course. So the easy start here, okay, is before I say this, hold on. I'll give you my ranking, but I want to wait for a second. Before I do that, I want to tell a story to set this up.
Oh,
Okay?
excellent.
So obviously, for those of us who've known BattleTech for a long time, the concept of the clans and the clan invasion is just like, it's in the air. You just know what it is. You can't not know what it is.
Mhm.
You when you're introduced to BattleTech, you just are immediately familiar that there is this giant pizza piece, pizza slice out of the inner sphere, and it's the clans, and they all invaded, and there's blah blah blah, and they do these things, and they are what they are, and all of this, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where I have a normal role-playing game group, and none of them were familiar with BattleTech at all.
Oh.
They'd never read anything about it. They never watched the cartoon. None of them had ever played the game nor read a book. They knew nothing. And so I had the most unique opportunity here. And that unique opportunity was to introduce people to the world of BattleTech with no concept of the clan invasion. And so I started them off.
That's excellent.
We did a full marathon, and we played through this game. And I started them off in 3049. Okay. With no further explanation of why that was the time I was picking. I just said that's where we are. Okay. And they went through the whole story, and they were dealing with characters and these things. And then at the end of it, they were there. Like I inserted them directly into the initial battles of the clan invasion. Okay.
Excellent.
And the funny part about it was, as I was dealing solely with the inner sphere, like, right, they were all from the inner sphere and stuff like that, I had to think about whom, like, where in the houses were they going to fall, right?
Mhm.
Like, what houses did they have relationships with, and all this kind of stuff. So I had to think sort of more deeply about, which houses I really liked, who I wanted them to like, who I wanted to set up as the villains. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Right. So at any rate, that is a long way to say that going through all of that when I set that up actually changed a lot of my feelings. If you would have come to me when I was young, I probably would have said the Draconis Combine is my favorite because they're the cool. They got the dragon. That's super cool. They're like samurai and stuff, right? Like, look at that mech. That mech is a samurai.
That mech
How
has
can
a
it not be?
sword.
Yeah. Like, obviously, that's the coolest thing. Okay? Duh. Look at it.
I mean, I'll fight you, but okay.
Sure, but I mean, look, this is what I'm saying. This is your...
Yeah.
Like, I got introduced to Battletech when I was 14. That sounds about right. Okay. And you have, to a 14-year-old, that's cool.
I mean,
Right?
a former 14-year-old can confirm.
Right. But going back when I did this some years back and ran them through this story, and by the way, we left off with like the clans were invading was just like the initial skirmishes, and like I basically took them up to God, where did I'm trying to remember where I took them up to.
Rosselhog.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. Probably,
Yeah,
but at any
I'm
rate,
pretty sure you weren't there.
There's just sort of logical break points, right? But they've asked me for years to go back to it, and I'm like, all right, we will eventually. Anyways, all of that is a long way to say that House Steiner and the Lyran, however you say it. I know I'm bad at pronunciation, so please forgive
you got it right.
butchering of things.
Yeah, the Lyran Commonwealth.
Yes, the Lyran Commonwealth and House Steiner is absolutely at the top of my list. So that is with a bullet my number one. Okay.
Subtlety is for fools. Send in another wave.
Squick,
yeah, exactly.
Squick, while you've got the link handy, I need you to go ahead and go find the Steiner Scout Lance on the Marian Hegemony animation for him, okay?
Oh, okay. One moment.
Okay. We do a lot of dumb stuff. Just it's
no,
I
love it. That's great. So yes, they would be one. Then I'd still say Drac just for history. Then Davian Federated Sons probably number 3. Then probably Capellan number 4.
Oh,
And
I'm wounded now.
I'm sorry. And Marik in bringing up 5th. Sorry. I find the Free Worlds League to be kind of the one I don't care about the most.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they also did absolutely nothing with them for just ever. So there wasn't anything to latch on to for a very long time.
Sure. I mean, like, in reality, it's like probably the best successor state to live under. Probably. Like, you had
depending
to live
on
in
where
one of
you
these
are,
places.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, just on average, the average person who lives in one of these, it's like living in the Free Worlds League, living under House Marik is probably the best place. But, like, as a storyteller, it's kind of the most boring. So, there you go. So, there's my ranking. There you go.
Well, I disagree, but I will accept this.
Sure, of course.
So
If only there was some system where we could fight about this with miniatures on the tabletop.
I mean,
There you
this
go.
sounds completely outrageous. If only there were some nature of, I don't know, rangers made of chrome or something with which you could use miniature agnostic rules to fight these fights.
That's right. And that leads to my other Battletech problem. Okay. Which is just since we're just airing grievances over here.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Go for it. That's what we're here for.
I've issued
Today
you a
we
Battletech
the
betchall.
grudges. It will be
Yeah.
red.
I despise Battletech minis because I hate this scale. I love the look of Battletech mechs.
Mm-hmm.
I hate first of all, I'm a Battletech grognard. Let me just say that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like the original line drawings in 2750 and 3025. I hate anything that's a clan mech. The clan mechs are all ugly as sin to me. I despise them. I think they all look terrible. I don't like it. They look like anime inspired goofball mechs, whereas the original classic, sleek, solid, angular designs that came out of the 80s, we can forget the ones that were ripped off from anime originally that they had to, of course, we don't mention those, the Invisible Cast or whatever, right?
Aha, we've come back around on that. Harmony Gold played their hand too hard and lost that with prejudice.
Yes. So, but like all those designs, I really love. Like you mentioned the Highlander earlier. I love the Highlander. Like the original Atlas. Okay? Like the one that is pictured in the I want to say the one that's pictured in the 3025 handbook is probably my favorite,
Mm-hmm.
which is just like, you can't find that version in any 3D print or mech on offer. They all have slight modifications that bother me because none of them are the original perfect like AS7D or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're all, or ASD7, sorry. They're all like just slightly different, and it bothers me like that. So yeah, anyways, what I like is big mechs. I want them to be 8 inches tall, and I want them to be hyper detailed with those lines and plates and stuff like that. That's what I want. And anything made after 3025 is trash. There you go.
Well, Chad is well aware of my preference toward the Orion, so I think I have to agree with you.
So, as a 3D printing enthusiast, I will agree that finding I'm going to go with legally distinct but similarly designed figures, and then pumping them up to many times their original size. There is something deeply satisfying in having like a 1.5 foot tall locust.
I will go ahead and say, Vince, I'm sure you're aware of the YouTube channel Midwinter Minis.
I am, yes.
Okay,
yes.
So Guy has printed now 2 32 millimeter scale mechs. One of them was actually, the last one, a Marauder, was made by a Legion member. So she's working on another one for him, and we'll end up making 3 specifically for that. Now, Locust is making them in such a way that they are not the original art, but they are. They do look good at 32 millimeter scale. I won't lie, even if I'm jealous of the fact that she got to do that.
So the painter Matt DiPietro used to work for Privateer Press amongst some other companies, and somewhere along that line, he got the 3-up for the Atlas. Do you know what a 3-up is?
I can't. I'm not immediately familiar with it.
Okay, that's fine. So in traditional sculpting, when you're making a mini, you don't sculpt it in scale. Like that is to say, so like for these mechs, you're not sculpting it in 6 millimeter scale.
Right.
You sculpt it in a 3-up, which is generally meaning 3 times the scale. So it's larger. And then you take that as the master and you shrink it down to the mold. Okay. So this Atlas was about 8-9 inches tall. And glorious.
I know.
I saw it and I was about ready to commit a crime. If I thought I could have got out of the building, Matt and I would be no longer friends because I would have punched him in the throat and stolen it and ran. But
I know at some point in the late 90s, some model company made resin models of, I know there was the Atlas. I think they might have also done the Mad Cat. That was like supposed to be 32 millimeter scale. And it was armor cast. Yeah, chat's got me on that. And like they are, at least the Atlas is very true to that original, very blocky art. And
yeah,
I've never seen one in person, but they do seem like they'd be a lot of fun to have around.
Absolutely. I cannot imagine the quality of that as a high cast, but it would be awesome all the same.
Yeah.
Hedgehog is endorsing Vincey violence for stealing awesome atlases.
Yes.
There you go. I'm just saying.
Sorry, Parrot. Oh,
yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's it. I was just saying. Please go ahead. By all means.
It turns out there are many adventures of the Steiner Scout Squad. Which one were you looking for?
The animated one.
Ah, okay, very good.
Yes.
Can do.
Okay. All right. So let me get into some of the questions that I actually have written down here.
So how do you avoid animals sipping of the paint water?
Well, I only have sure, no, it's fine. I have 3 dogs and they don't jump up on my desk. They're laying behind me right now. They're basically out cold. It's late for them.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I need to send my dogs to learn from your dogs because my dogs are not nearly so well behaved. I have beagles.
I'm waiting on chat to start madly redeeming pets. They will do it. I know they'll do it.
The other advantage I have is that my desk, so when you see me straight on in the video, you can obviously see my desk to the right of me, like where I'm shooting. Keep in mind, that's not where my chair obviously normally sits. I'm not normally looking at the camera. I'm facing like the screens that you see behind me over my right shoulder.
Sure.
And when I pull my chair up to that desk, there's no space on my left or right for them to jump up directly onto my desk. Now, because they're long-haired golden retrievers, fur is just simply part of every paint job I've ever done ever. That is just
tracks.
the
That tracks perfectly. Considering I have 2 cats and a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel in this house, that's very familiar.
yeah. And
We
like
are
I
currently
just accept
sitting-
that.
We are sitting at 25 pet redeems.
God.
Please bother all of the animals if you have them.
Okay, come here. Yes, Hubble, you're lame. Yes, hello. Okay, chat. Here you go. Here's
26,
Hubble.
27,
Here's Hubble. Everybody gets to see Hubble.
28,
Guys,
29.
Majestic. Hubble has successfully planted foot on your painting area.
Oh, good. Hub.
I don't think he actually stepped
Okay,
in the paint.
okay,
I think it
thank
was just
God.
over on the wet palette part.
He
Yeah,
has
you're good.
done that before. That has.
Sure.
34
Hence the
pet
question.
redeem.
Okay. Lots of pets.
35 pet
Okay.
redeem. 36 pet redeems.
Okay, he just chewed on me. I'm counting that for 36.
We're up to like 40 now. And I am, in fact, bothering a beagle to help.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you. Okay, to ask some real questions. Vince, in
You're
a
good.
video you put out just a couple of weeks ago, you were talking about your painting journey, and you said in there you don't consider yourself an artist.
That's true.
Now, is that you personally? Do you feel like typical mini painting, not busts, not display pieces, but very particular army painting, that kind of thing, not typically art, or do you just yourself not feel like an artist?
No, it's definitely me, myself, myself, and I. There are many miniature painters who I consider artists working in scales and varieties of all kinds. I'm just not one of them. And, you know, like the reason I say that is because I've never, like, I don't know what feeling like an artist feels like, but I've never felt like it. Okay. So, when you are, you just know, you know, bullet to bone, as it were, right? It's like being the one, I suppose.
You get to bend
The-
spoons. It's a whole thing.
Exactly. Like the reality of the thing is the reason that I kept, like, when John did his little thing about being a technomancer, and the reason I like have kept that around now for years is because that's very much how I feel about things. Like I intake these things as as a craft. If I'm anything, I'm a craftsman. Like that's you know, that's kind of how I feel and see myself. I learn how to do this thing. I practice doing the thing. I mix doing the thing with doing other things and learn how the thing combines with other things. But like when I look at a lot of artists, like I mentioned Matt DiPietro or Patricia Sancho or Roman Lapotte, like a lot of people who I look up to as some of my favorite artists in the world, I look at what they create and I'm like, well, I never would have thought of that. You could have given me 100 years and I would have never thought of something so creative. I don't have the muse speaking to me, I suppose, in that way. So yeah, that's why I don't consider myself an artist. There you go.
See, when I make that argument, chat yells at me, but I consider myself, as you said in the video, very much technician, although frankly your level of expertise is much more technologist than technician. You know why you're doing the things you do, not just to do them.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I like the science behind the thing. That is true. Like I'm fascinated by it. Like you mentioned, obviously I'm a big fan of like true metallic paints, and you mentioned Goobs earlier, Brent, right? And one of my favorite videos he ever did was the one where he went and like looked at all the metallic paints under a microscope. I was like, oh, buddy, now you're talking my language. I had him send me all the slides for that, so I have copies of all that to see like how the different metal paints performed and all that. Like that's the kind of stuff I get into.
That was
I think
that was
that's
a
really
fun
cool.
video. That was a fun video. Oh, you know, you already knocked out the next question that I had. That was, who are the artists that you look up to the way that your audience looks up to you?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I said, it's definitely. I mean, there's a host of them. Obviously, like Sam Lenz, who I'm lucky enough to. Like, a lot of these people I'm lucky enough to count as friends, which is nice. But like Sam, Roman, Patricia Sancho out of Spain, Matt DiPietro, I think is just like one of the most extremely creative people. I love some of the pieces Andy Wardle has done recently, especially as the not the most recent one, which was fine, but like the previous 2 Golden Demon pieces he did were absolutely freaking tastic. They were like full of emotion and really beautiful in a contest that normally has 0 emotion in it whatsoever. Lan, Michael Pisarski out of Poland, just somebody who I think is like an absolute just master of creating these like really intricate, beautiful figures. David Colwell out of Australia. So there's a lot. I mean, I could keep going, but that's probably like, a bunch of good ones. So there you go. Oh, and then Eric Swinson, of course, too. I can't not mention Eric, who is like, I just think an absolutely incredible painter.
Chet, we're going to come back to that sound clip. We're 14 minutes until us or ain't.
Yeah, so do you want a question off the good list or the dumb list?
Is that for me? Are you asking me? Oh, buddy.
I am.
If you're asking me that question, there is no world where I don't pick the dumb list. So you're going to have to stick. You will have to go to the good list at some point on your own, because I will never pick that.
Oh, no, that's Paris' job. Every time I can ask you a question, I'm going straight for the dumb list.
Fantastic.
Oh, good. Good.
What is the strangest non-paintbrush implement you've used to paint a miniature?
This is great. There's a lot of non-paintbrush things you could use. Like the brush itself is an amazing implement, right? Like I talked about this actually recently. I gave a talk on this. Like we truly engage in a magical craft. In a world where technology is advancing by the day and we're all like, is it going to take all our jobs? Is it going to do nothing? Is it going to ruin the entire economy? I don't know what's happening in the world. And all of this without any giant mechs on the other side of it. What a ripoff.
Right?
Yeah.
We are, in fact, in the worst dystopia, I agree.
I'm correct.
The boring dystopia.
The boring dystopia, yes. But at any rate, the brush, like our hobby, which is, 3 simple things: pigment, water, binder, stuff that has existed for centuries. We use water and a flat surface and a brush that has not changed form for the past 3,000 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like the form of the brush has existed as a uniform thing since Cleopatra was, on the throne in Egypt. That's quite a continuity of a tool, right? With no like major technological improvements. Now that being said,
fair.
Which is amazing. Now that being said, there are lots of fun things you can use that also will apply paint. I certainly have base coated things with just like my finger when I need to get paint on something and smoosh it out over a surface. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. If you just like have a big flat surface, again, probably a bigger miniature than something in 32 mil, but yeah, you can just use your finger and get it down.
I know you referred to that in jest in the speed painting video.
Yeah. It's totally doable. You're just trying to do a quick like overbrush. Sure.
Yeah.
No problem. The sponge that you're currently using right now, right? The little eggy sponges, those are great. Very nice, very easy. There's all sorts of different variants on the makeup sponge. Frankly, women's like makeup supplies are a treasure trove for the miniature painter. So, if you have a partner or spouse who likes using makeup, like rating that is probably a good place to be, with their permission, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
As the spouse of somebody who has miniatures and sometimes paints them, this is fine. Just please don't put the one you used for paints, back in the wife's makeup set.
That is definitely
yours,
true.
it's yours.
This is very much like using your wife's fabric shears to like cut cardboard. Don't fucking.
But however would they notice my crime?
The scissors don't cut fabric anymore.
That is a good way to suddenly notice.
Yes.
Like pencils are great, like oil pencils, acrylic pencils, lots of stuff like that. You can use. Those are really fun. Different tools. Yeah, probably. And then I don't know, many other like sticks and sponges and sharp pointy things, toothpicks, obviously, to do like small dots and things of that nature. So yeah, sure, absolutely. All of that.
I see we have a message from lovely wife in chat.
Uh-oh.
Use my fabric shears and I will dump your body in the cow pasture. This is
How are you going to murder him when they can't even cut cloth?
There are other implements in the house.
I don't believe you.
Well, I've been telling you to come see me for a year now. You still haven't done it, so of course you don't.
Yeah, because like I'm going to look at her fabric scissors wrong.
Yeah, you are, and you won't make it back to Washington.
You can see my concern.
Now, Vince, that last question that Squick thought was a silly question actually leads into one of the serious questions.
I put thought into these. Thank you.
I mean, you did call it a dumb question.
Secretly, I didn't. I got lucky.
That tracks. So, because so much the hobby space anymore is dominated by the YouTube churn, for lack of a better phrase, there's a lot of what I tend to think of as fads that come and go. To where
yes,
some of them are, legit and they stick around. Some of them seem like they're really in for a little bit and then they vanish into the ether, never to be seen or heard from again. For me, that was painting directly on models with just oil paint, not oil washes, but just straight oil paint. I tried that and that just literally never cured. What are the... Are there any of those techniques or tools or anything like that that has surprised you that it's stuck around?
This is a good question. So, I mean, look, some of these things that become fads are things absorbed from other hobbies, right? So, like, oils, obviously, that comes from just traditional painting, right? Obviously, people have painted with oil paints for a long time, and you're like, well, if you can do it on a canvas, can I do it on a miniature? And there are many advantages to it. Like, I use oil paints quite a bit in my larger scale and just like larger models.
Okay.
So if I'm doing like say a big monster, some big fleshy creature for Age of Sigmar or something, like legit, get out them oil paints and go to work. It's going to be such a more pleasurable experience than trying to do it with acrylic paint or an airbrush even, because just like the blends and the variants you can achieve and stuff like that, it's a great time. Now, would I do that for like a 32 mil model? No, probably not. That tends to just be like, oil paints are kind of rough to use in that scale because of how like thick they are and the way the space you need to achieve blends and things like that. Things like panel liners, obviously that comes out of scale modeling, right? Which is where we can find, although the miniature painting space was resistant to the scale modeling tricks for a long time, but I still use like panel liners and stuff like that all the time. My Tamiya panel liner is like one of my best friends. And so, that kind of a thing. Yeah, great. I don't think that should go anywhere. The like little markers that I reviewed on the channel, like AK makes some, but other people make these as well. For people who like hate painting metallics, but want to get like a quick base coat down, honestly, those little markers, if you've got the space on your miniature, it's a pretty great way to do it. So it's more like, to me, the problem with these fads happens not in the fad, but in the overuse of the thing, right? Like, what I mean is that, like, a lot of these tools have usage, and they get overhyped as, like, this is the new thing for every mini I touch from now on shall be done with the divine hand of this tool.
I'd sooner kill myself than watch another slap chop video, that kind of thing.
Sure, yeah, exactly. And it's like, okay, probably not. That's probably not what's going to happen. But like figuring out, there's nothing wrong with an expansive toolbox. I got some weird tools in my toolbox upstairs. I don't use a lot of them very often, but when the situation arises, I'm happy I have that tool, right? Like if the problem is best suited to that tool, then yeah, good, glad, use it, done.
It's
right?
that
like
cable you've been sitting on since 1998 that was with a television that you haven't owned for 15 years, but by God, it's going to come in handy someday.
So to extend the metaphor, when all you have is a slap chop, the whole world looks like it needs a good pummeling. But sometimes, when you get down to it, the ShamWow is the right tool for the job.
This is a very weird analogy, but I'm willing to accept it.
It is.
Sure.
We do have a semi-related question in chat, if it's okay for me to read that off.
Go for it.
Archon Erica says, what's your favorite least known painting technique?
My favorite least known painting technique within the miniature painting world, probably Verdaccio. Verdaccio is a technique that comes out of the Old Masters Renaissance period, where you render everything for flesh in greens first, and then you use thin pink tones over the top. And when the pink meets the green, those are complementary colors, so it naturally turns into a wonderful like off brown flesh tone. It's a wonderful way to get a bunch of flesh tones without actually ending up using anything that you would refer anything on the bottle that says flesh tone, I guess.
Yes,
So
and
yeah,
that plays wonderfully into one of the questions that I had, which we'll go ahead and hit it. So in the process of doing this and trying to get better at mini painting, there's a certain level of, as you were kind of putting it, artist and technician on this. There's also the people that learn it by doing and the people that study the way that these things have been done in the past. So the person that teaches themselves would not necessarily know Verdaccio was a thing. Maybe they figured it out on their own. But
sure.
I mean, it sounds delicious.
I mean, doesn't it?
It does sound like a kind of like Italian ice cream or something, right?
Yeah.
We get 2 scoops of Verdaccio there, and
Can you put some
yeah,
pistachios
exactly,
across
yes.
the top of it? It'd be great.
Yeah.
What is your background on the more academic side of that? Like, obviously, you've done some research into the way that these older techniques or, tools, however they are, how they're used and how they've historically been used. But how much time have you put into the study on that kind of thing?
Yeah, how much like formal schooling did I have on artistic stuff?
I
Is that
mean,
what you're asking?
not necessarily formal schooling, but I would be willing to accept self-led study.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'll tell you both. So I took art in high school because you could do that. That was a thing they let you do, and it was a really easy class that I enjoyed very much. I didn't take it very seriously, but I had a great art teacher, and she did make me like it a lot. Though I'm not sure I learned a ton. Although I did learn a lot of my color mixing from that, so that was good. I took it the 3 years that I was in high school, and then in college I literally took like one art history class because it was required for my GEC or whatever. So I do not have a lot of formal education in art. There are those out there like James Wapple who did more traditional canvas art for like 15 years, and you can see how they were able to translate that into their craft. For me, it's more just like, it's self-taught, reading, learning stuff, going to museums, seeing things I like, and then reading about those artists, just that kind of thing. So
Okay.
I am a bad, like, I mean, in my, when I did my art of book, and I share in there, and I've shared it in some videos before.
Let's go ahead and hit on that because I did have that window pulled up. Do I still have it? No, it has vanished into the ether. Awesome. Love that.
That's okay. They'll be available from Game Envy soon. But at any rate, when I did that, like I show the earliest miniatures that I ever painted in there. Like I still have them, and they are garbage, absolute garbage. I'm not being like mean. I really mean it. They're garbage. It's black primer that I tried to put yellow paint directly over the top of, one coat, called it a day. I did not know what I was doing. It's an angry, crappy bumblebee. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
So sort of a grumblebee, if you will.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh.
So like I did not know what I was doing with this hobby to begin with. I had to learn. I learned very much the hard way. I went to the school of hard knocks for miniature painting, as it were.
Well,
so
without the starting steps, you wouldn't be where you are today.
Oh, that's
So-
true. That's why I never got rid of those miniatures, because I love looking at them and seeing the magical, beautiful failure that they are.
Hell yeah. Para advisory, we do have 1 minute until us rate.
Okay, then I will go ahead and say sucking at something is the first step in being kind of okay at it.
That's right. Absolutely right.
Okay, Red, you've been quiet, so that means now you have to
I have.
explain us right.
That must mean
I can
I'm
do that. I've
really
been
good at
listening.
MOBA.
It's been wonderful. So, Asurain, specifically for Vince, who has not been to this absolute clown show before, is a thing we do on Twitch that lets chat gamble away their hard-earned goob.
Oh, no, it's not gambling. It's a prediction market.
It is a prediction, yes. But we have a database of thousands of quotes from the many years that WBPL 76 has been running. And what we do every Thursday is a quote will be picked at random, and people guess whether it will be us, people who are on the show or regulars on the show, or whether it ain't. And it's from one of the many other streamers and many other topics that this channel encompasses. And yeah, so a prediction will go up. People will be able to guess whether it will be us or whether it will be ain't. It's usually ain't, but sometimes it's
Or,
us.
let us not forget,
Are you
the
gonna do the goob
secret
hole?
third option.
The goob hole.
Yeah, tired of having fake internet funny money? Chuck it in the goob hole. It'll be funny.
So
That is us, right?
So in roughly 2 minutes, the quote will be pulled, and you can make your wagers now.
Good lord, we're just shy of 15,000 quotes.
Yeah, we say a lot of dumb stuff. We say a lot of dumb stuff.
You're not wrong, but they're not supposed to notice.
Oh, they notice all of it. Grimos is here. Grimos is always here.
Ah, yes. The three options. It be us, it be ain't, or Amaris stole my goob.
Yes, that tracks. that tracks perfectly.
Excellent choice.
Now,
Predict with custom amount.
Laughing Man does make a very valid point, though, is that sometimes you need your fake funny money for the fake funny wrestling show on Sundays.
yes.
Or you can use it to make people bother animals.
That's also
Or
true.
you can use it to pay me for ridiculous art, which next
also
Scoop
good.
Drive will be this summer.
That's
we already know
basically
what it's
2 for
gonna
1,
be.
because Lady Red will also bother animals.
I
Yep,
will.
there
I
it
will
is.
bother animals on command.
So, Vince, to just briefly explain, we're a community stream. We have lots of different stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. So we have art streams. We have writing streams. We used to have a cooking show. We're still waiting on that to come back. But yeah. And then Sunday nights, there's the wrestling stream.
Hell yeah.
And of course, copious amounts of video games in between all of that.
Yes, of course. I was going to ask. Okay, building on the question about scholarship in art.
Yes.
There are some things that you're only really going to learn directly from looking into it like that. Like the Munson color wheel is a thing that I never would have thought of until I saw somebody else talk about it, and then I looked into it. And that makes a tremendous amount of sense in a very certain way about talking about not just hue and intensity, but also saturation and balancing all of that. Are there specific things that you can think of that fit into that category that you think anybody can really benefit from knowing about or looking into themselves?
I must interrupt for an important correction.
Oh, okay.
Doctor
Scoop will
Who's
do it
the
now.
Chef is saying, Para, I did a cooking. How dare you accuse me of no cooking?
Oh, sorry.
Cooking has returned.
Oh, good. Excellent. The cooking's back.
And we have our quote from Us or Ain't. The quote, number 457. I was removed from perfection by one bath, Night Owl. One bath. Neffy to Night Owl. Persona 5 Royale.
Shockingly,
111,
that's an
23.
ain't.
It ain't. God damn it, my goob.
We haven't had an ain't in a little bit. It's been weird. Okay, I'm sorry. Going back to the question. Any of those kinds of techniques that are not obvious or not commonly talked about that you would recommend for really anybody?
Yeah, so the easy answer here is we actually learned miniature painting completely wrong.
Oh, excellent.
Okay?
Okay. That's a strong opening. I want to see where this goes.
Like, when you're taught miniature painting, most of us learn in something akin to the GW style, where you this thing is blue, you paint it blue, then you wash it with a darker blue, then you highlight it with a lighter blue. That kind of progression. Something like that, right? The old layer, wash, highlight or something, right? Whatever. Okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
And that's exactly wrong. Because there's no such thing as blue or red or green or anything else. Like, yes, those colors exist. They are parts of the visible spectrum of light. But the way we interact with and perceive them is completely dependent on the light, the lighting situation, the temperature of the light, and all of that kind of stuff. And it would be a much harder way to learn, but you'd pay a lot more dividends in the long run if you started by studying light and how light acts and under what lighting conditions are you painting and what temperature is it. We all tend to basically paint under a diffuse, completely neutral 5K light or something like that. And that's just not actually very real in the world. So the thing that people should look into is lighting stuff. So like James Gurney's Color and Light. You mentioned Dinotopia, I think, during the opening.
I don't think I did, but I am familiar with
did.
it. Oh, you did?
No,
Okay.
Squick did. Yes, Squick said Dinotopia. I know it. I heard it. It was in the fractal conversation of alternate universes.
No,
that was Dinotopia.
Yeah, that tracks.
I'm listening.
Dinotopia.
At any rate, Gurney's the man behind all of that stuff. And he has 2 books, Color and Light and Fantasy Realism. And both of those are really, 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 really good books, but especially Color and Light. Because it will just change the way you think about color, like how things look under different situations. So, yeah, there you go. That's my answer.
That's a good answer.
Okay.
I like that answer. Now I have a book to go buy.
Well, we like books too. You can read them.
That's true. As long as the dog doesn't eat them, everything's good.
Yeah, Boot Porridge points out Squick paints the correct way. I've seen it in a video game.
Oh God!
I must do for just a moment. I apologize.
Yes,
my wife has just returned, so I am going to just mute myself. But y'all please continue, and I will jump back in just a few minutes. Keep going.
Oh, God.
Wonderful.
The Squick has reminded me of the Void.
Look, sometimes the Void comes to visit, and then you have to paint the car with nuclear.
I feel like this is how we ended up with the Vorpal forklift in Rogue Trader, but nonetheless.
Look, hot dice at the worst times.
That
Hell
was
yeah.
amazing. That was absolutely amazing. New mini painting challenge. Paint a mini using only birthday candles. You get your age in birthday candles to complete this challenge. This sounds terrible.
Interesting. Concerning.
I'm safe. I do 2D art. I do digital 2D art.
Well,
I'm safe.
you do, but you know what? You can be thinking about the way that color and light work.
And that is just such a huge thing, and I completely agree with Vince on that. When I've always been interested in art since I was young, but it wasn't until all of this nonsense happened that I started taking it more seriously. And the person who initially got me to start thinking more, their first piece of advice to me was about shadows and light, and yeah, that changed everything.
Yeah, I had one art class in college. I took drawing 1. My teacher was an asshole, but. The thing that I took away from that is whenever you're doing something like this, you can look at it in a couple of different ways where you're painting in panel lines or you're doing that. But at the end of the day, like Vince said, color kind of doesn't exist. It's all about light, where if you're drawing something for a comic book page, you're drawing shapes. If you're drawing something in a life-like fashion, you're not drawing the shape, you're drawing the shape of the light. Which sounds
but the shape
like
of the light is like fucky weird combinations of bullshit that don't make any goddamn sense.
You're right, but
Have
when
you
put them
seen
together,
a human hand?
yes,
That
and when
shit's
you
crazy.
when you put them together, you're Alex fucking Ross.
And start understanding what things
I
like
thought when I put
ambient
them together,
occlusion
I was
actually
clapping.
means, and it's exciting.
No, that's when you put your hands together, Squick. That's different.
Yeah, that's what you said.
No.
This is a hand, and when you put them together.
So Cookie Mama has recommended that we show some of Lovely Wife's wonderful art that she does.
Oh, she had something for me the other today even.
Because she does also make an incredible use of those stamping plates, as well as all of her own freehand amazingness.
She does.
I can speak English.
I should hope so. I should use
Yes, I speak the best English.
the Queen's English even.
Yes.
Where did she put that? Did you put it in recent work? Yes, there it is. Okay, so for those of you that don't remember, Lovely Wife has been working on painting acrylic nails lately, using a lot of, nail polish like you do.
I know what you mean, but every time I hear that, I'm just picturing like a set of drywall nails, but just in acrylic and painted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very similar, except it's not acrylic.
Okay, I love these artistically, but the
Mm-hmm.
thought of having that texture attached semi-permanently to my anything.
Did you see the fucking Beetlejuice snake thing that Gummy had on her hand at the meetup?
I love that other people can rock that. I'm happy for them.
Just not for you.
I would be messing with it continuously.
Yeah.
And it would be like, wow, that really hurts. I should stop that. I should do it a few more times to make sure.
So Red, I'm positive you know what you're looking at here.
Yes, this is a set of Doctor Who nails based on the episodes with Van Gogh, or Go, or Goch, or however you want to pronounce it, because I've never heard anyone definitively decide how that's supposed to be.
I know how
you mean my man Vengo?
I know how it's supposed to be said. His name was Old One Ear.
Indeed.
Oh, Vengo One Ear. He's from the future.
Yeah, that was a particularly good series of Doctor Who stories, and their set of nails based on that is really awesome.
Like all of that for that arc. They're like emotional gut punch with a bulldozer.
Peak storytelling, especially when they take Vincent to the museum. That was very
like.
And just off my heart.
Well, that's the thing with Doctor Who. When it's bad, it makes no goddamn sense, and their special effects are from like 1993 edition of Quake. And when it's good, that doesn't matter because oh my god, it's good.
That was a really advanced copy of Quake.
That was a really interesting decision to use that as VFX software for the Scorpion Man.
Like good
better or worse than The Rock is the Scorpion King?
Somehow worse, because at least The Rock had several polygons. This was more like they just slapped the texture onto a series of cylinders and called it a day.
Excellent.
It was.
Don't Blink is also a fantastic Doctor Who episode. I agree. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who has some fantastic existential crisis enemies.
Yes. It's one of the things that I love about when the Weeping Angels are first introduced is they're absolutely terrifying, but they kill you by making you live yourself to death, which is just brilliant. Absolutely fantastic storytelling.
And that was really the one thing that I feel like Stephen Moffat really added to Doctor Who, and I feel like there was a lot of misses in there too, but that's just me.
Well, yes, and any syndicated TV story runs the risk of that
That's
happening.
True. That's true. I'm
And,
just saying,
it's good, and when it's bad, it's crazy.
What I'm saying is, I never felt like I hit that with the first two Doctors under Russell T Davies.
Yeah, but it gives us the gems of like, yes, the tapes that brought down the Nixon administration were created as a result of a response to an invisible, memory-altering enemy alien invasion because they were real dicks until we genocided them and forgot about it because of the moon landing.
Yeah. That's true.
Again, when it's bad, it's what the fuck?
When it's
okay, sure, tell me more. It's so outlandishly terrible.
Needle Dance says, "Hey, don't laugh. That's real. It's based on a true story." So, how's the painting going, Paris? You've actually been allowed to paint this week.
I mean, God, my wife is watching. I'm going to say this out loud. I need to get another bottle of yellow green. Mine is, the consistency's off and it's driving me nuts.
Is it time for the periodic and traditional ranting about the pigment yellow and just anything yellow, whether it's paint, whether it's digital, etc., etc.?
You know, honest to God, I have more problems out of red than I do out of yellow most of the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, I try very hard.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate it.
I aim to be a problem on purpose.
Somehow I don't
Para-
know how I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah. Yes, Squick.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good.
How's that
Pretty
pen?
good.
Doctor Who says, Para, when is the Avatar going to be available for us to mess with?
It is!
There you go. It is available. You can get
Para?
yours now.
What?
Hera,
What?
I will have you know that pen is really, really good.
I know, right?
Damn you.
I mean, there was a reason I told you not to buy the other one and to buy this one.
Yeah, well, I didn't buy the other one, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, well,
Now I have to buy the other one so I can see if it sucks.
I mean, you don't have to.
Oh, okay. That's a load off my mind then.
I talked Squick into buying a knockoff of the Pilot Vanishing Point fountain pen, which is a clicky fountain pen.
Fountain pen. Yeah, it's a fountain pen that's clicky.
I'll be
It is
right
the
back.
dumbest thing
I
in the
got
universe.
mine like yesterday. I'll be right back.
It has a selection of springs internally that kind of pinch the tip, so it doesn't just urine
Be careful
blast all of
pinching
its
the
ink in your pocket.
Just be
I'm sorry, go
careful
ahead.
pinching the tip.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm no penologist, but look, the fine
Have
folks
you been
at
to the
Penn
island?
Island
There it
certainly
is.
make products.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it does that. It does that. And it writes really smoothly
does.
with a bold line.
No, this is a fine
It-
nib.
Mine's either a fine. Mine doesn't feel like a fine nib, but it might be. I don't know. But it feels. It's chunky in a satisfying way.
Mhm.
I still love those stupid disposable fountain pens because like they've got the gel ink and they're so good. But this one I've just got regular bog standard Pilot disposable ink in because I had a box of that hanging around.
This tracks. And this pen will actually accept the Pilot cartridges, so that's handy.
Yeah, though it doesn't want to start with them. Like you have to do so much weird pinch, squeeze, jiggle dance.
You kind of have to do that with any of it. Like, I filled mine with an eyedropper out of my bottle of Noodler's 54th Massachusetts, I think it is. And, yeah, that took a minute there also.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'm gonna load one of the shitpost questions that is actually useful, kind of, in the queue. I also have some chat messages that I have stored in your document.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
But now that I've written to it, our document.
I might have to get up and get my own
shoes.
thing in a minute.
Shoes.
I think Aiden might have died after his stream.
Well, go tell him not to do that.
Yeah, I could do that. I could get up and go and make sure he's still alive somewhere.
Or you could pick up a beagle and load them with energy,
There
And
is a
send them-
beagle right here. Anka, come here, baby.
careening wildly.
Come here. Come here. There she is. You want to come say hi to chat? You want to come say
Oh hell
hi?
yeah!
Woof.
Oh, she is leaning against the microphone, and that's the most you're getting, chat. But she is here, and she is very soft and very sweet.
At
Its
least,
head
she
has
has
been
big
redeemed.
floppy ears.
at
and
least
I'm
Hubble
sure-
skronks into the microphone.
That's true, but God, the ears on that dog are so soft.
She does have the world's softest ears. They are very, very silky. And I
And
thought
the
her dad
moral
had
compass
silky
of that
fur.
dog is so hidden. Like,
Anka is a special girl.
look, all I'm saying is, you know, like Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought
you
that
just
was
see that
Captain
thing
Jack
going in
Sparrow
circles?
from. I thought that was Captain Jack Sparrow from the hit series Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, he is also in that.
You're not wrong, but at this point, Kingdom Hearts is like the Jack Black of games, but in reverse. If you have Jack Black in Kingdom Hearts, it's just expected. It
Yes.
happens. That's normal. That's not even worth questioning.
It's like
The
Smash
doggos would
Brothers.
love to have cuddles with you again, Doctor Who. And yes, Anka will manage to squeeble her way under the gate to come and wake you up at 3 a.m. She's
Yes,
very
the-
good at that.
The dogs have learned new crimes to help.
They have. They have learned many crimes.
I've got a
I didn't
video.
even know
Of,
that was illegal.
I've got a video of Bella trying to herd cows. So that happened yesterday.
That's amazing. Did it work?
Mostly it's her barking at them from the other side of the fence. But yes, they did then run off.
Because Bella is like the size of a watermelon, but not one of the big watermelons. One of like the cantaloupe-sized watermelons.
No, she's about 25 pounds. She's not huge, but she's not like a toy dog.
I'm not saying like watermelon dog. Just as dogs go, she's not large.
No, she is
and
not.
as
She
cows go, they're about the size of a cow.
Yeah, it's true. Cows are generally cow-sized.
Yeah, which does not favor the dog.
Yes, but cows also generally not smart.
Okay,
although to be fair, neither is Bella.
Yeah. But they're so good. Like sometimes they're evil, but they're good.
So dumb.
Yeah, but I relate to that.
But they're so cool.
Not so much that one.
You sure?
The dogs can be. I don't relate to it.
Oh. But the dogs are cool. But they're so dumb.
It can be both.
Oh, so they're Broly. Gotcha.
No, I think that goes more to like goats, which are there for a fight. Like, didn't know you were fighting? Too bad. It's fighting time. And then they'll headbutt you right in the ding-dong and look real smug about it.
Do you speak from experience?
Maybe.
I just hit myself in the dick with a goat.
No, the goat was self-applicating.
Chat, do not self-applicate your goats.
Yeah,
it was a smug fucker. Because it walked up and was like, haha, I'm a goat and you can pet me and everything's good. And then as soon as your guard's down, just wha-bam!
Well, I mean, did you compliment his guitar playing?
That is a different goat who is very well-mannered. And a delight to work with.
Something, gore!
And did not headbutt me in the testicles even once.
That you're willing to admit to.
Look, I'm just saying it far exceeds my experiences with other goats in the past.
The bar is so high.
Hello, everyone.
He's back. Welcome back, Vince.
You missed us talking a whole load of nonsense. I was about to have to try and be sensible again, but now you're back.
Oh,
and
okay.
We're safe.
Well, thank goodness I stopped that.
Ooh, there's a mail truck for sale.
Okay, I'm gonna let Squick read another remarkably just tremendous question off of his list.
Okay. I mean, which one? The top one? Or...
No, let's go with the one about the shoe.
Okay, yeah. So from the list of very important and good questions from reasonable humans, what is the most comfortable shoe for painting?
I'm glad you asked this question. This is very important. So let's talk about happiness in life.
Okay. I'm here. I like where this is going.
So happiness in life, as the Buddha has taught us, is in the elimination of choice. In decisions lie being vexed. So I have subtracted as much choice as possible from my life. I own one pair of shoes. I eat the same meals at the same times basically every day. I drink the same thing and only one thing every day. And importantly, relevant to this question, I own only one pair of shoes. And I believe that at all points in time, you should be wearing footwear that you are capable of running or sprinting in. You never should have shoes that you're like, well, I can't run in these. Then they're inappropriate shoes. So I wear Doc Marten boots. They are the only the only shoes I've worn and the only shoes I've owned. And I only own one pair of them. I wore them to my wedding. I have literally worn them on the floor of Congress. I have worn them in every thing in my life since I was 14. So there you go.
Same pair.
So my answer is Doc Martens.
Okay. Which, God, we're going to have to follow up on that one.
Those 90s Doc Martens. It's probably the same pair yet.
I mean, I still have my pair of New Rocks I had when I was like 16 years old. So I'm on board with I have one pair of boots that have just lasted me forever.
The Congress thing is surprising me a little bit, but we won't. Yeah.
Like, I wish to know more, but that goes on like the important question list, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm putting it there.
I can follow up with anything you want. All of my answers will only yield more questions.
Excellent.
Okay, that's
Yes.
fair.
This
So,
perfect.
in that vein, if you were to ask us a question, what would it be?
Wait a minute. This is not the follow-up I was expecting.
Sure. So, I mean, we'll go back to BattleTech since it's where we all started. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your favorite BattleTech part manufacturer?
Ooh.
Like in-world manufacturer of parts.
I have an answer. And like I
Okay.
I
Yes,
immediately
and like why if you have a reason. Yes, there you go.
well, Irian Battle Mechs Unlimited. Because
For what? Yeah, explain.
okay, so I say Irian Battle Mechs Unlimited. I really should just say generally Irian because they're the Yamaha of BattleTech. They make everything. They just make everything. They make cars, they make planes, they make aerospace, they make industrial mechs, they make agri-mechs, they make mechs, they make weapons, they make subsystems, and they do it all on one planet. And it is the worst idea of things you could possibly do anywhere in BattleTech because you're one bad encounter with a Lyran away from not having that planet anymore. But it's one worldwide factory planet of just we make all the stuff. It's like Yamaha, what do? We make motorcycles and tubas. That's
Yeah,
alien.
I mean, which is very akin to like the real world, like where these companies do that exactly like Yamaha, like you said, which I love, right? There's the meme of like, I need this crazy piece of like heavy machinery, we got you, dog. And then like I also need this normal piece of houseware or like household equipment. It's like you're not gonna believe this, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there is somebody in chat, Doctor Who in chat is raising the point. General Motors is pretty high on our list because at one point their lawyers did actually send Tex a letter about apologizing for not having yet invented the fusion engine.
Yes, like
pretty good.
that is great, right? I do love that we get one of my favorite things about the universe is that there's a mix of like sort of obviously imaginary companies that started at some, you know, random point in the future between now and sort of when this all takes place. And also just like no, there's also still companies that just exist.
Yeah.
Like it's just modern day things that just went forward and never died. And I just I love the idea. I just think that's really great. So
I think Mitsubishi's still a thing in BattleTech, but somehow I've never seen Toyota. Ford makes engines. It's
Yeah. But then you have like the complete mystery companies. You got Vlar in there, where
Yeah.
what we know is they make an engine.
they make a 300. Don't ask
Yeah.
what that means. But they
They also make a 400 XL.
Oh, that's true.
Like when you
exactly.
really
Like something like that is so wonderful and specific. And again, the reason that I think BattleTech lore is the best lore. Like I asked you the manufacturer question because it's so rich, right? It shows that like what you just said, like, they don't make mech engines. That's stupid. Of course not. There's lots of different engines, you dum-dums, right?
Well,
like, no,
then
we
you
make
got
these types
Quickcell
of
just
engines.
going, that's
Quick
weapon
Cell,
shaped.
the Keltec of BattleTech, where they're just like they do a
no.
line and then they say, "I bet I can do that."
Okay, that's fair. But like, who else would have thought? What if we just put gasoline in the heatsink? That'll probably be fine.
No, that's Quick Cell. Oh God.
Like, we made a technical, sir. That's a tuk-tuk, and you gave the dude a pistol. Like, yeah, it's a light platform.
Yes, this is the Quick Cell Hetzer. It comes flat packed.
Yes,
That's not a joke either. I love that.
Quickcell is the joke. It's like, what do they make? Products. What else? Money.
Arguably.
Those are two good things to make. I'm just saying.
true.
So yeah, absolutely. Products and money. Go for it.
So, yeah. Lady Red, you want to kick in anything on this one?
I mean, I can, but my answer is not nearly as funny or interesting as you guys, because
I haven't given an answer yet.
Well, what was your
I thought your
then,
answer was
Chris?
Quick Cell, but okay.
Was it? I don't know. Like, I'd be happy with that, but I don't.
We'll let you think about it for a minute. For me, it would be Coventry Metalworks. For
good one.
fourth wall, it's for fourth wall breaking reasons.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Coventry Metalworks makes the Hunchback, and the Hunchback is technically my favorite mech because it's the reason I got into BattleTech and have an art career at all. So,
I mean,
That is why.
That's a
pretty good set
perfectly
of
valid
reasons.
reason.
well, we've already had that conversation, Aiden. Aiden is yelling Quicksell in the background.
I
But
thought it
yes,
was because you were
Hunch-
English.
No, I mean also that, and I have been to Coventry, and oh god, but no, the Hunchback was how I ended up in BattleTech. I mean, most of chat already knows this story, but when Tex was working on the Hunchback video, a whole gaggle fuck of weirdos wanted to make a promotional trailer and needed some art for it, and I just started art school. And I got asked if I would draw a Hunchback, which was the first mech I ever drew. And I lost my mind partway through and drew truck nuts on it, now known as Hunch Nuts. And yeah, the rest is history.
Hunch nuts!
Hunch Nuts!
Solid.
So yeah, that is why. That is my answer.
Beautiful church in Coventry.
Yes, the cathedral there is absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely.
The ring road system, however, is not, and wants everybody dead.
Well, I'm led to
That is
understand
true.
that's English roads generally, but I could be wrong.
Oh, that Coventry specifically, yes, is a real nightmare to drive through. Around would be the more proper way to say it.
It was one of the very first ring roads that we ever put into circulation and was made for, very early cars, which did not go that fast and did not need that much room to be able to get onto and off of the ring road. And now it is the year of our Lord 2026, and it hasn't been updated at all, and it's terrible and wishes you to be dead.
Yes. Yes, we've developed a ring road that gives you the experience of driving through a 16th century Italian town.
Basically.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Only, we're now a modern city, and oh god.
So what you have there is a high-level PvP roundabout.
Yes. That is exactly what it is, and people treat it that way.
Okay.
It's driving
Okay.
through Atlanta. Gotcha.
And yeah, as far as like companies in there, I'm gonna go with Krupp because
Krupp still exists.
yeah, they're still
Pretty
doing
good.
exactly the same thing.
What do you do? Armor. What do you do now? Armor. Well, where'd you start? Armor. How long are we going to have this conversation?
What is your projection for the next 50 years?
Armor.
Yeah. Never goes out of style.
That's true.
Yeah, I was gonna try.
I
And
mean,
be
look,
clever.
if some families in Japan can own the same inn for 1,200 years, somebody can make armor for 1,200 years. I believe it.
I was gonna try and be clever and be like, okay, who made the medium laser? And then I pulled up the page. I was like, oh, I fucked up.
Martell made the medium laser.
Well, according to this, you have choices from Aberdovey, Allied Technologies, Argra, Criscomp, Ceres Arms, Defiance, Diplan, Diplas, Diverse Optics, Firefly, Fermir, Forge, Harman, Starchus, Hellion. Wow, they got a whole range of them. The Achiba line, Intech, and yeah, it goes.
It goes. Medium laser turns out to be a very popular thing to manufacture. Yes.
Yeah. Funny story. Including, you're not going to believe this, one from Krupp.
Huh.
Which is interesting because there's only the Krupp Model 2. There's
Well-
no Model 1.
Well, I mean, they figured out it wasn't going to work the first time, so they changed it in production.
Yeah, it's a very good answer.
It's very German.
I'll give you mine, which is a very strange. It's like an amalgam company. It's Robinson Standard Battle Works. Okay. So,
Based
one
on
of the-
Robinson.
Yes. They obviously are like a conglomerate within the world, but the reason that I love them is not for anything that they make, although they make lots of things. They're involved in the Atlas and a bunch of other mechs. But the reason I love them is purely for their logo. Okay.
Okay.
Like at some point in time, look up the Robinson Standard Battleworks logo, and it's like it's so dumb. It's great. It's like genius in
What
its
the
dumbness.
heck?
It's like a
Am I
child's
getting
imagined.
goateed by a corporate logo and a planet?
Yes,
Probably.
It's like it's like a child's what a child imagined Earth looks like. Like there's no
Yeah.
actual recognizable continents on it.
Chat,
Right?
here you go.
Oh, no,
There's a
I've got
link
it.
to
I've
their
got it.
logo.
I'm going to pull it up. Here you go, everybody. There's Robinson Standard Battle Works. It's Earth ?
Graphic design is my passion.
Like, yes, exactly. And then what is going on around the planet? What is that?
I don't think we're allowed to answer that question on Twitch without getting banned.
Right, exactly. Like I don't.
This
that like-
looks. This is
it-
the album art for a concept album.
Yeah, it's the wildest logo. So, anyways, that's what made me fall in love with the company some years back. When I looked it up and came upon that logo, I was like, oh my god, this is it. This is so good.
This is how the Greeks thought the planets orbited.
Right. Yeah, this just like complete abstract line work thing around an imaginary not Earth. Yeah, it's great. Anyway, so there you go.
God,
Robinson Standard
They've
Battle
got to
Works.
have like a slogan.
Robinson.
Robinson Standard Battle Works has manufacturing centers on the following planets. Robinson.
Yep.
I don't know what I expected.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
very similar to Irian.
No, that's great.
Oh God.
Let's
go back
to one
to
of the
a
questions.
question. From chat? Okay, go for it.
Yeah. From OKMO, I've got 2 questions. And let's start with the quick one. Vincent, if we ever get the chance, would you mind signing one of those books if it was brought to you?
Oh yes, absolutely. If you can find me at a convention, by all means. Yeah,
He's
100%
done it
I'll sign.
once.
Yes,
Yeah,
I will
Mo-
sign that
I-
/ any other book that I've written that you bring over. Yes.
Vince.
Hey, hello, Raiders!
Oh,
The Hobby Collab is raiding here, so
excellent. Vince, if you
Michael
remember
Moore.
having a prolonged conversation with an absolute giant of a bald bearded man at Adepticon about pastels, that was okay, Mo.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, very cool. All right, great. Very good.
he also has a dog gifted with enormous density. Like, this is a solid dog.
I see. So not size. Truly.
No,
mean
they're a
density.
dog-sized dog. It's just that the dog is made of canine neutronium.
I see. Hey, that's really cool.
They're good dogs.
Ninjon has like a 200-pound dog. It's
Oh,
with the
good.
artist that's grown
Ooh.
behind him. which
Oh,
is,
good lord.
We've seen him
big.
in some of the videos. I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll hang out in the background sometimes. He's huge and full of he is not hyper dense, he is hyper full of slopper. That seems to be. I believe about
Perfect.
90% of his body weight is just slopper. So
I mean, yeah, no, that sounds ideal. Like, all dogs are lap dogs, and some dogs can enforce it. Some
Yeah.
dogs are full of liquids, and if you're very lucky, the slobber is the liquid they choose.
Mine are 90% crime by volume.
No, that's right.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But the other question from OKMO, which subjects do you feel are easier to paint? Hard-edged stompy robots, or the more organic, squishy subjects?
yeah, this is a great question, and one that I have an ironic answer for. Like, my two favorite things to paint are a figure with as much flesh as possible showing.
Mhm.
Okay, so just like basically, and you know, male or female is irrelevant. Just like just a bunch of skin, because I love painting skin of all kinds. And then my other favorite thing to paint are giant, stompy, hard-edged, completely inorganic robots. I like the extremes. I think that both of them it's totally different styles and different techniques you use with both. But I enjoy that, with flesh, you can have you can really explore and wind around and work different colors in and have lots of nuance and filters and things like that. And you can really just be incredibly expressive and exploratory. And with plates and metal and organic things, it feels more like a classic crafting, like technical challenge. You're sort of following a process, a series of steps as you're trying to like credibly make this thing exist in a world. And you can do like weathering and chipping and all of this kind of stuff. And it's just like really fun. hard edges and things like that. So I like both the extremes. I honestly like the things that interest me the least are like just sort of middling knight figure that's just like, oh, it's a guy and he's kind of in some armor and he has like some leather and a bag or something.
It
It's
looks like
oh,
that.
Okay.
Something like that one right there. Wait on chat the video to catch up.
A classic, a Space Marine guy.
Yeah,
Is that what
yeah,
we're looking at?
yeah,
Yeah. I don't hate Space Marines. They're sort of, what is it? Was the Vitruvian Man or whatever, right? Like Da Vinci.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Yeah. The Space Marines are that for the miniature world. Like that is, you know, they're a wonderful learning tool because they're just like the perfect combination of shapes.
Yeah,
to like learn volumes and stuff.
I always put it in terms of there's no standard for anything in miniature painting, but the Space Marine is like the measuring stick you can put in anybody's hand and figure out where their skill level is.
Absolutely. I think they're a wonderful and fun painting. Like I've painted, I have a whole Space Marine army. So I mean, I'm not better than that, you know, given it's Alpha Legion and it's all heresy, but nonetheless, I own it. So,
God.
Oh, heresy's wonderful.
It's
You
Alpha
gotta have
Legion,
them.
so it's heresy ?
That is correct. Yes. Are they? Who knows? Loyalist, traitor? Yes.
What day of the week is it, and have we had lunch yet?
That's right.
During the heresy, they voted attending.
That's something like
That's right. Accurate. Very accurate.
From Cookie Mama, and some time ago, it's been on my list here. What's the painting tip that surprised you the most?
Oh gosh, the painting tip that surprised me the most. Ooh, God,
There are two good ways to interpret this question. One could be the one that you got that surprised you that it worked the most, or the one that you got that was the most, why in the hell would anyone say that out loud?
Sure. No, I was thinking of it certainly more in the former than the latter. Probably when people really like, when I really learned that like you need less paint on your brush than you think you do, and that like almost you're trying to get to the most minimal amount of paint possible on your brush at any given point in time for any purpose other than like laying down initial base coats. That you really want to be like as absolutely god awful minimal as possible with the amount of paint on your brush, because that gives you sort of maximum control. Moisture in the brush, paint on just like the very end and the sort of tip and the top of the belly, and it changes your entire control of how effectively you can paint. So there you go.
Okay.
The other thing that I try to impress upon the audience is that the number on the brush almost doesn't matter. It's the point that's at the end of it.
100%. Oh yes, I like almost everybody. When I first started miniature painting, and somebody told me to get the nice sable brushes, I went to the Winsor and Newton list, and I was like, oh, these say miniature on them. They must be the right ones. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Oh, look at these guys
yes.
with their fancy brushes with numbers on them.
This one came from Harbor Freight. It says Chip on the side of it.
Well, who's Chip, and why do they have his brush?
I got a whole bag of them. Yeah, but I've got a ton of, sable brushes right now. I'm sure I don't, not being a tremendously competitive painter or anything like that, I don't have comparatively a ton. But, I've got Winsor, Newton, and Raphael, and the Game Envy ones consistently surprise me at how good they are. But I work out of a number 2 more than anything else because, they got sharp points and they work good.
Exactly. Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's a great call. Yes, I mean, most of the time I think I do most of my work with either like a size 6 synthetic, and then everything else is like a size 1 probably. Like base coats are done with massive synthetic brushes, and then everything else is a size 1.
Yeah.
For everything down to the eyes and dots.
Okay. Another from the list, unless Perry, you'd like to reassert control over your show.
At what point have I ever had that?
I was going to say that will make this a once in a blue moon.
Right?
Look, I'm trying to make him look good in front of the guest.
Okay. So I will actually interject because I got a whole other line of questioning here. Hey, Vince.
Yes.
How did you get into game development?
I wanted to do it because
do.
my ego is such that I was sure I could do it better. And so I just started doing it. And I was very bad at it. and I kept doing it until I got not very bad at it.
Wait,
There
you
you
can
go.
get better at things by doing them?
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
this amazing
have
thing
to
called art evolution.
We're gonna have to sit this
that
guy
sounds
down
really
next to Mr.
hard.
Welch.
But yeah, that was
Can't
it.
I just be good at things without doing them?
No.
Aw.
Talent's not a real thing.
I
Aptitude
mean, it is.
Talent
It's
is
just
no.
the way people
No,
apply it isn't correct.
aptitude is a real thing. Talent's not a real thing.
Oh, the
I like
talent
that
is
distinction.
being willing to apply yourself. The talent isn't the skill. The talent is the mentality to pursue the skill.
I like mine.
So, well, while they're fighting, I'm going to interject with another question from chat. From Lord Troa, they're asking if you've ever built and painted any Gundam model kits, and if so, what were they?
Okay,
Shocking
no,
outro.
this is one of the great sort of, as much as I love robots and the story I just told, I have never built or painted a Gundam, something I plan to correct actually in this current calendar year, because I want to do a video around that. But no, as of this point, I have not. And it is much to my own chagrin. It was just sort of like outside of my thing. I very much got into anime in the 90s, but I actually, by whatever hook or crook or chance, like you have to understand, I mean, getting into anime in the late 80s and early 90s, it wasn't like we had a lot of resources on that. You kind of had whatever you had.
It was very much like
And-
making a drug deal. You knew a guy, you met him in a back alley, he gave you a tape,
Interesting
you gave him
times.
money.
And
Yeah.
one VHS bootlegged in the middle of the series was crumpled beyond repair.
Yes.
Right. And so just by pure happenstance, I never really got into, like to anything Gundam related. Now I've gone back since then and watched many of those things, obviously, but it wasn't like a lot of my early anime experiences were more like Bubblegum Crisis and
Yes!
Yes.
Made no
2032,
fucking
of
sense,
course,
but it was
not 2040.
atmospheric.
Yes. Bubblegum Crisis 2032 forever, 2040 sucks. So there you go. Leon forever, Leon rules. And but like Record of Lodos Wars and oh god, what else is from that time period? Lupin the Third, that kind of stuff, right? It was a lot of what I was
Wow, that is a
watching, so.
sharp turn stylistically. Respect it.
So no
It was just kind
Macross
of whatever I
mixed
could
in
get,
there,
right?
huh?
That was what it was.
Yeah.
So.
No
I'm
Macross
with you.
in there, huh?
No, not really. Like,
Oh, I grew up on
again,
Macross.
it's one of those things I went back and like sort of, expanded my knowledge on later. But yeah, it just wasn't part of my, I don't know, early education, I guess, or whatever. Right. So I was lucky when I went to college, literally at the end of my block that I lived on, there was both a regular video store, like a local hometown video store, not like a Blockbuster or something, right? Like a classic, local video store. And then as well, and this is you can only get this in a giant college town like where I went, like where the college is huge. There was an anime rental store. They only carried anime.
At
That was it.
that period of time, that's a unicorn.
Oh, they were ahead of the curve for sure. And it was, of course, run by the creepiest person you could possibly imagine. So
That
there
also
you go.
tracks, unfortunately.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
It was not going to be like, you're not going to walk in and find the normal guy working that store. No, that was not happening.
That would honestly probably be more disconcerting.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, yes. You're like, oh, I get it. He's just a serial killer trying to blend in. Okay, cool.
Oh. I want to. Oh, what you got?
Yeah, from Frankie Fingers 77. They're just saying thank you, Vince, for your gold recipe. It's amazing, and I
Oh,
get
thank you.
lots of comments on it.
That's wonderful to hear. I truly am very proud of that recipe. I still use it all the time to this day. And hopefully sometime we can have gold in a bottle so we don't all have to go through all the mixing and challenges of that. We'll see if that can happen sometime.
I mean, you've got that relationship at this point with Pro Acryl. How hard could you push on
See
that?
what we can do. Oh,
Which-
we'll
which-
see what happens.
Which reminds me, Vince, very specifically, thank you for Royal Purple. Thank you for that.
I'm glad to hear it's useful.
Well, I paint a lot of MARIK, so It's the right
There
shade.
you go. There you go.
And if you do it overhand, it's throwing shade.
Sigh.
Pick another question, Squick.
Yeah. From Archon Eriker. If you were able to give one tip to your younger self when you just started painting, what would it be and why?
Oh, wow. When I just started painting, gloss varnishing over top of everything does not look as cool as you think it does. That would be number one, because I used to love doing that back in the late 90s and early 2000s, and boy, did those models look bad. So probably that. And just to like slow down and enjoy myself a little more. For a long time, I did treat painting as like just a race to the finish, as opposed to something to explore and enjoy. And so I think I would tell myself to like, hey, maybe have some more fun with this. Like you're not in a race here. So
Okay.
that kind of thing.
I'm gonna pull one more from the shitpost question list, and then I'll give it back to you, Para.
Okay, because I have a couple now.
Yeah. So in my last formal art class, as part of the art review process, which was a large portion of it, the opening instructions were, quote, think like a pathological liar. What was your biggest takeaway from whatever traditional art classes you've gone through?
That the best nude figures to paint are old women, because they have the most interesting body shapes and volumes to render. That if you have the primaries and white, you can mix any color of skin that you need, and that it's pretty easy to make a bong out of anything, basically anything.
You know, I was going to say,
In
it
art
sounds like we
class.
went to two very different art classes, and then nope, right back around.
What I'm going to
Yeah,
take
that's-
away from that is, you know, when my self-confidence is getting knocked in, like, at least I'm interesting to paint. It's fine, I'm getting older. I will be more interesting to paint.
That's right. Yes. Yes. So there you go. There would be my lessons.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, Lady Red, you need to do like a Renaissance painting of the Beagles.
When I have
in-
time, if I ever
Look-
have time, then sure.
More time. I need like bowl of fruit in like 8K Super HD or whatever the hell they named it in the fancy museum.
If
like,
you could
instead of
download
that-
me more hours in the day, I will do this thing.
Well, have you tried like look, according to Johnny Mnemonic, if you want more hours in the day, you just have to find the psychic dolphin. Anyway, Perry, your question.
Well, okay. Before then, let me go ahead and point out, you don't need more hours in the day. You need a higher clock speed.
Oh,
I
that
mean,
way you can get more day per
whatever
day.
works. Whatever works. I just need to be getting more than 5 hours sleep a night in the near future, please.
Oh, you can get that in a bottle.
Briefly.
They got 5-hour energy.
They do.
I really hate the fact that you're right about that.
I get that a
Okay.
lot.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, I have a list, and I'm going to read that list, and then I have a question after the list.
I'm ready.
All right, so I have a list of the games that you've developed under Starling Badger.
Okay.
We got Rain in
yes.
Hell, Rain in Iron,
Yes.
Death Wizards, Space Station
Yes.
Zero, Majestic 13, and Chrome Rangers.
Yes, and then our newest game, which will release on June 5th, which we've announced, which is Repent, Ye Foolish Gods. Yes.
Okay.
Based on the naming scheme, I choose to believe these are all weather events.
Because the dual rains, sure.
Yeah, it starts
yeah.
with those, and then the weather just gets weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the end, it's snowing space stations. Do you have a particular favorite out of any of them?
Well, you know, the game that I'm about to launch is always my favorite at that moment, of course, right?
Fair.
Because it has to be, because you're mired so deeply in it. But I think that I would give you two separate answers. For just like overall kind of design of the game and the experience, I think Space Station Zero would win. Just because I do love kind of the narrative and the story and what I was able to do there. And it brought something a story I'd wanted to tell for a long time to life. For the like just gameplay and like playing a character that I think it totally rules, it would be Death Wizards, because necromancers rule, and they're like my other favorite thing. So there you go.
Okay. Good answer.
I just appreciate the energy behind it.
behind.
Well, just the aesthetic of the name alone, and bouncing between them. Like there are games with names that tell you exactly what you're getting into.
Yeah, like Rifts.
Like if you saw a game, Rifts is a different fever dream. It's wonderful ideas mired by one of the most off topic. But
I mean, we could do that. Look, we can pivot this whole show. I've already done a whole episodes on Fireball Gazebo with Ninja about Rifts, where I introduced him to that game for the first time. Yet another thing I've played since the '90s and truly have a deep and abiding love for. It's
well, now I have to ask you about Traveler.
Fever Dream. I love Traveler. Traveler is the single best character creation system in the history of role-playing games.
Well,
someone quote that.
Squick, you're involved in this process. Do you want to tell them about the Traveler project?
God, I don't know. Like, how much is public?
We did release the trailer in the Black Knight video, so it is public that it's coming.
So there is a project in the works, in the same vein as Tex Talks BattleTech, of a more real-world Traveler documentary. We're going for. I have information beyond that which
you can
is
talk
publicly
about the
available,
stuff
and I don't remember where it ends. So I'm just going to say,
okay, who do you get to talk to in it? Because that was in the trailer.
Yeah, Mark Miller featured prominently.
Yes. 2027, we are expecting to be releasing. I say we. I mean, it's Tex in the studio, and then that's the the royal we. Documentary about the creation of Traveler and the genesis thereof, and many of the people who were involved in creating it have been or are being part of that process, and it's very exciting.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you ever need some nonsense to listen to, Tex and some of the lads played through Traveler, and that podcast is available. Don't paint while you're listening to it. You will laugh, and that makes painting hard.
If you've ever wondered what an orca in space is like.
I'm still mad about that, but there's so much going on, and it's all delightful and wonderful and awful, and I would watch the show.
Yeah, I think they made that. I think it was called Farscape.
Okay, Farscape was a different fever dream.
One of your people in your chat said it takes him 3 times longer to make like a 3x, 5x Pathfinder D20 character than it takes to make a Rifts character.
Okay, then
I submit to you that if that's happening, that means your GM said, okay, today we're only using the base book and Rifts Japan. Because if they said anything else, then a Rifts character is a research project with like 7 to 8 books open at minimum.
Yeah, and poorly indexed rules that are only covered in another core class out of a different book.
Oh, no, that's 3rd edition Shadowrun.
Yeah, except they released more editions of Shadowrun. Rifts has 3 living editions side by side, non-delineated.
And yet somehow they all work together. And by somehow they work together, I mean they don't really work together, but yet they still do.
The power of stacking house rules, because it is the best, worst game engine I have ever
exactly accurate. Yes.
Had to deal with. But the world and the options within the world are so much fun. And when you take the next jumping off point and you have a group where there's enough the rules say you can't do that, but the rules can get bent. We're making cool shit. I'm enjoying playing my moderately incompetent robot punch wizard. It's great.
It's a tremendously fun game. I've been running an off and on marathon sort of Marvel Cinematic Universe for folks in Rifts for the past like 8 years, where we play a game every so often, every year or two. And like I let other people DM the marathon sometimes. I think we've done about 10 games so far. We've done everything from a gritty, everybody's in the coalition and I slowly make them do worse and worse and worse and worse things, like pushing their morality until like Spec Ops The Line, until eventually they break. and revolt or become total aberrant monsters.
Yep.
All the way up to like the highest powered game. I wanted to do a cosmic game, and I was like, you can play whatever. Come to me with your most powerful idea. There is nothing off limits. Whatever you've ever dreamed of, bring it to me.
This is reminding me very much of the Mr. Welch list.
Your Cosmo Knight, that's like your baseline, dude. That's weeks. That is going to be the weak member of the party if you bring me a Cosmo Knight. So, go from there.
Yeah, I mean, Cosmo Knights did kind of get done dirty by the power creep, but
well, you're just reminding me of the entry on the Mr. Welch list that is when the GM says you can play anything from a standard D20 system, he did not mean the system lords from Stargate.
I don't see why not.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at the end of our time slot.
Oh.
Like there's nobody after us, but I still have to get up in the morning and take the kids to school and do such things. But I have one more question. Actually, I have a bunch more questions, but I have one more I'll ask. And
rapid fire me. Just rapid fire me. We'll do 5 minutes. I'm ready. I'll stop being effusive in my answers.
Okay. How meet Uncle Adam?
How meet Uncle Adam? I literally don't remember.
Fair.
That's the funniest part about this. We talked about this recently at a show, and neither of us for the life of us could remember. We remember many times where we were already friends, but we cannot remember how we met. Unknown. It's lost to history. We were just best friends suddenly, and I don't know what happened before that. We got memory hold.
That's perfect. Okay. Are there any particular games that inspire you in their rule sets as you're writing your own systems?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. Like from across history and the panoply of all games. We've already talked about a lot of my favorites. Traveler's an all-timer. I do love Rifts and like the larger Palladium universe, even though it's complete madcap lunatic fun. That's just like a knockoff. It's like if second edition took acid and then started feverishly writing Hunter S. Thompson style, you'd get Rifts. But like a lot of other things, Burning Wheel is a really great system. Tabletop games that are newer, like Root, if you know Root, I just think that's a really wonderful asymmetric board game. Lots of things like that. Cosmic Encounters, one of my favorite sort of board games of all time. I think it's like really brilliant in its design and how it like sets extremely simple rules and then breaks them just in the most insane ways. So yeah, lots of stuff like that. I kind of draw from across RPGs, board games, and war games.
Okay. Let's see. Red already hit on one of those. That's kind of... Okay, here's one. What is the best piece of advice that you want everyone to know about anyone that's interested in getting into miniature painting? Like, what would you say to them to encourage them?
I would say it is an incredibly worthwhile hobby. As the world becomes more digital and more disconnected, it is an incredible hobby and an incredible community that will tie you together with other people. You will fail at first, and that will be okay. You will learn and get better, and you will create. And that is a magical thing in the modern world where everything is temporary and digital and fake. Making something real is awesome.
Yes, agreed. How do you deal with frustration in your work when something goes wrong? Say an accident happens.
Throw it across the room as hard as humanly possible. No. That's a joke. I don't actually ever. Yeah, I don't really get angry at my craft very much. The answer is okay, here you go. Whatever mistake you just made, you can fix a lot easier than you think you can. If you just had an errant brushstroke or you got some paint you don't think belongs there, it actually only takes like a minute to fix it. In your head, it's hard because you remember the entire process of painting the mini and you're thinking about doing that again. That's not what you're doing. You're fixing one teeny, tiny, little, itty bitty baby spot. It takes a minute. Relax, chill out. It's no big deal. It's just paint, no brush strokes. The last, keep painting it.
Okay, that's very similar to the one that I like to say that you can't ruin a miniature with paint.
That's right. Absolutely.
Let's see.
And I'm still willing to take up that challenge.
Listen, I've seen the Space Marine with like 17 coats of rattle can on it. Don't do that to me again. Are there any kind of common tips out there that you see get passed around a lot that are actively detrimental to new painters?
Put washes on every surface you can. Washes are a specific tool for a specific purpose, and they're very bad when you just try to, like, when I see people put washes over like a large flat cloak, I'm like, you didn't do anything there except ruin your paint job. Learn how to use your washes. They're a very useful tool when used properly.
They're especially good for, as the phrase I picked up from you some weeks ago, occlusion shadows.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely. Occlusion shadows, rough textures, bases, fur, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna skip over that. Already hit on some of these. Okay. Broadly, this stream, like I said, I've been running this stream for almost 4 years now. I think May is 4 years of doing this.
Okay.
The whole reason I've been doing this is, aside from the guy that runs the channel asked me to after I kept painting, streaming in the Discord channel. I've always wanted to encourage people to be creative, whether that's this or it's something else. Like, usually we have viewer submissions where they send us something creative they've been working on. We've had, lots of miniature painting, usually lots of gunpla, but we've also had stuff like leatherworking or woodworking or any electronics work, anything that is creative. But for the most part, what I try to do is just encourage creativity broadly, and this is the method through which I do that. And that's typically like physically creative things, like you were saying, making something real. Moving forward, like, one, I have been thrilled to have you on here. If we ever get the chance to again, I'd love to do that again. If you're up for it, we'll see. But do you think that there's anyone else that would be good for us to reach out to? I've asked Chad about this. I've been suggested Uncle Adam. I've had other people suggested throughout time through chat. I can't remember them all. I've been trying to reach out to Ninjon for a while and can't get a response, but I imagine he gets a lot of that. So,
sure.
Anyone that you can think of that would be a good person to try to get a hold of next?
Do you know Sean McAfee, Brush for Hire?
Not immediately, but I can write that down with this fancy fountain pen that Squick and I were talking about.
Yeah, he streams on Twitch a lot. Great dude, very fun, always very high energy. Going to bring a lot of great, and just a pretty wacky guy. He's going to bring a lot of like your vibe. I think will fit with him very well.
Okay.
Definitely, I agree, Uncle Adam. Like, he's just a great dude, and he can talk about his thing. He has to listen to my BattleTech rants all the time. He gets
so
me
he can
going
listen
sometimes.
to ours.
So yeah, so I'm sure exactly. Yeah, he'll love that. Yeah, that's probably the two I'd give you. There you go.
Okay. I'll ask you offline about trying to reach out to them if you have any good way to do that. But right now, what I want to say is I've really appreciated you being here. This has been a great experience, at least for me. I assume my co-host. Oh God, what?
So yes, you have been wonderful, but where can people internet you? Where your stuff? Where games?
Yeah, absolutely. So all the games are available at if you just go to snarlingbadgerstudios.com. You can find that if you just search
snarlingbadgerstudios.com.
Yes, you'll find all the games, all the links to everything there, and explanations to both the major games as well as the Snarl, which is the small zine we publish every year, where like Chrome Rangers was. If you want a one-on-one giant, like, again, 32, 28 millimeter, whatever you want to say, mech fighting game. It's sort of the mech fighting game I always wanted to exist. That was the reason I wrote that one. And then everything else for my channel is just look up Vincent Venturella. That's basically it. If you look up Vincent Venturella, I'm Vincent Venturella everywhere. Vincent Venturellas are sold. I don't really have any clever internet names. So,
for example, go to Patreon and look for Vincent Venturella.
That's true. Yep. YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, all those things.
Now, yes. I do want to put out there, finding your RPG podcast has turned out to be something of a hurdle.
Oh, Fireball the Gazebo?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's linked in all my show notes, but I agree. It is Yes, we got to work on some SEO there. Absolutely,
Okay.
for sure.
Now the Snarlcast, no problem finding that one, but yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Injected mandatory shilling complete. Resume uplifting content.
Well, no, we're not done yet. Vince,
Oh,
where can people
continue
get your
shill.
when can people get your art book, and where can they get it?
From Game Envy, so the same people that make the Lucent Light, as well as like
The
other
wet
associated
palette on my
wonderful
desk.
painting products. Yes, exactly. The wet palette is also on mine right now. That I'm the light that's over top of me and the palette that's under me. So yeah, Game Envy should have it books up by the end of the month for sale. So there you go.
You know, I had one more question. I think I know the answer to it, but I'll go ahead and ask it. If somebody were going to go to a mini wargaming style convention, which one would you suggest, and why is it Adepticon?
Yeah, I mean, Adepticon's great fun. It's the biggest. You're going to find something there no matter your interest, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
But there are many other great conventions. I go to NashCon every year. I will leave you with a NashCon story.
Oh, excellent.
NashCon is a little more, it's fun. I like it because it's got a little more of a historical bent to it, and I like seeing all of the graybeards come in and play their historical games. They're so happy. They're all like 60 to 80 years old, and this is the one of the couple times a year they get to hang out with all their friends who are also 60 to 80, and they just look like they're having such a good time moving their little tiny people around or moving their little airplanes up and down on the sticks. But there's lots of other games played there too. There's a great Lord of the Rings game there, and lots of other things. There's also a BattleTech tournament there. And I went into the battle. I was walking around. I was just checking out all the games, while I was waiting on my event. And I went into the BattleTech room, and I was just kind of watching them, and they were about to start. And the guy who was clearly running the event said something like he was trying to call everybody's attention. And then somebody who was like obviously helping him run, like he announced something, and then the guy who was helping him run the event said, whoa, you're not right. Hold on, we need to do this instead. And the guy turned to him, the guy who was running the event said, if you wanted to challenge me, you should have done it before we left the dropship. Okay? And everybody in the room died laughing, okay? Because they all immediately knew what was being referenced, right?
You dare refuse my bechal?
Exactly. And I loved it so much because I was like, man, it's only like a 20-person tournament, but I was like, these are nerds who just know what they're about. And I love when a joke so insular just lands so hard, right? And I was like, these are a great group of people right here. And so, it was just, there you go. There's my story. So NashCon, something like that's also fun. Nova, if you're on the East Coast, or on Labor Day weekend, the Northern Virginia, it's in DC. And then if you're out west, LVO is also a great time. So there you go. If not everybody can fly all over the country.
And
Gen Con is fully insane.
Yeah.
Fully insane. Wackadoo. Yes. If you like spending $3,000 or whatever for a hotel, then that's definitely the place for you.
Do I get to keep the hotel?
No, you can take the towels if you want, as long as you're careful.
You can keep as much of it as you can fit in your backpack, Squick.
That's right.
I have a large backpack.
He does. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it a night here. Vince, again, thank you so much for, frankly, putting up with us.
Wonderful.
It
Yes.
has. And like I said, at some point, we'd love to have you back if you're available, and if you would like to, that'd be great.
I'd love to. It's a great time. We've got so many more mechs to talk about and or make fun of.
That's true. The Shadowhawk and why the base model is trash.
Well, I heard lots of Black Knight talk earlier. The second best mech ever made.
Yeah, it's right there behind. It's right there behind the Orion. It's great.
That's a funny way of pronouncing the Annihilator.
The Black Knight was the most recent full episode of Tex Talks BattleTech. So if you're keen on Black Knight, that will be the place to start for you.
Squick, I didn't say anything about 4 urban mechs in a trench coat.
So you're saying you agree?
In
any
event, it's 1:15 midnight here in the Eastern Time Zone. We're going to go ahead and call it a night here. And for those of you that are watching at home, thank you for being here. I still don't know why you're here, so somebody can go ahead and hit quote 50 for us. And
I got an invite.
What?
That's why I'm here.
Oh, that's true. That is true. I don't know what
Hope that
chat's
helps.
here is what I'm getting at. But yeah, thank you all for being here, and I hope that you enjoyed yourselves. I hope you enjoyed the conversation with Vince, and paint something next week, and then send it to me. Red, where can they send things into the show if they want it showed off?
Oh God, it's no good asking me. I always get it wrong. Squick, where can we send it to? Because I will tell people the wrong stuff and then I'll be yelled at.
Art at WBPL76.com. Art at WBPL76.com. Art at WBPL76.com.
Stop applying it directly to your forehead.
I really hope I got it right.
You did.
You did. Thank you.
Guys,
Yay.
remember when you send it, give me your screen name and tell me if you just want to show it off or if you want creative criticism, if you want advice. There.
Blur your backgrounds or we're going to investigate.
I am definitely going to zoom in on whatever's in the background.
If you have animals, include them. This is the law.
Yes. I think the law is a different guy. And at that, good night, everybody. Get out there, be good to each other.
And that's how we got Dinotopia, the wristwatch.